In the heart of Igbo land, there is a name that must not be spoken in vain. Allah, the eighth goddess, the final judge, the one who never forgets, nor forgives. She washes beneath the soil, beneath our footsteps, and when justice fails among the living, a judgment falls with the silence of a grave. This is the story of Allah, the Igbo earth goddess, who judges the living and the dead, a tale of his sacred laws, ancestral rights, and a power older than kingdoms. Subscribe to Folklore Frontier, where legends breathe and fear never sleeps. To the Igbo people of southeastern Nigeria, Allah is not just a deity. She is the earth itself. Her name means land, and she is the divine custodian of morality, fertility, and ancestral justice. Unlike gods of thunder or fire, Allah governs silently. From beneath, she is the final resting place of all flesh, the judge of every deed, and the protector of the ancestral laws known as Omenala. She is often depicted with serpents, sacred symbols of rebirth and transition, and always with her feet planted deep in the earth. Where Allah dwells, the truth cannot be buried. She is not the goddess of war. She is not the goddess of love. She is something deeper. To anger Allah is to curse the land itself. She does not rule with weapons. Her power lies in of Omenala, the traditions handed down through the blood of ancestors, murder, incest, deceit, disrespect for the dead. These were not just sins, they were abominations, and Allah saw them all because our eyes are everywhere the earth touches. When a taboo is broken, the punishment is swift but never loud. Cross fail, rain stops falling, children fall ill, and the living dream of the dead every night. In some Igbo communities, the ground itself must be cleansed, the guilty must confess before the ancestors, and purification ritual. Allah is not a goddess you simply pray to. She is one you live with. Every step you take is on her body. Every harvest is from her hands. Every burial returns to her womb. Her shrines know as Umbari, her clay temples sculpted in her image, often surrounded by carved figures of other spirits, ancestors, and even real village leaders. These structures are living hearts, not just built, but offered as sacrifice and celebration. Priestesses of Allah, known for their spiritual purity and authority, led annual rituals to bless the farmlands, protect newborns, and cleanse communities of spiritual stains. White, a sacred color, symbolizes truth, justice, and ancestral clarity. When a community is in turmoil after a war, a plague, or a season of unnatural death, it is Allah they turn to for cleansing. Offerings of palm wine, jam, and animal blood are made. Drums echo through the night as villagers beg the Earth Mother for forgiveness. But what happens when Allah is dishonored? Across Nigeria and much of Africa, sacred lands are sold, forests are burned, and rivers are poisoned in the name of profit. The shrines that once stood in her honor now lie in ruins or beneath concrete. To defy the earth was once a crime, punishable by spiritual exile, but today we bury waste in our soil and dump toxins into our waters. Our ancestors feared such desecration, not just because of spiritual cost, but because they knew the earth remembers. In Allah's eyes, murder is not just the taking of life, it is the killing of balance, and our imbalance today is seen in this chaos around us, cross feeling, floods unseasonal, earthquakes unheard of before. In the minds of the Igbo, death is not the end. It is a return to Allah. Every soul must pass through a realm. She weighs the deed of the living, and not with emotion, but with secret memory. Allah's justice is not revenge, it is balance restored. The murderer, the oath breaker, the one who defied the earth, they do not escape, not in this world, not in the next. The ancestors sit in quiet judgment beside her. If found worthy, your spirit may rest in peace, honored by your lineage. But if found guilty, your soul may wander, forgotten, or worst, dragged into spiritual oblivion. You may lie to the living, but not to the goddess of the earth. Allah remembers. Allah never vanished. We only stopped listening. Now as floods drown homes and forests burn, as the earth itself cries out, the world remembers the goddess who haunt us. In Nigeria, in diasporas around the world, voices rise again in her name. Young people, elders, and spiritualists all turning back to Allah for answers. Because it is not just might, it is a warning, a demand for balance. In a time where land is stolen, rivers are poisoned, and the dead are forgotten, Allah's legend has become prophecy. This isn't just folklore, it is a reckoning. It is said that when Allah's laws are broken, the land responds, crops fail, ancestors fear, and the dead do not sleep. Even now, across Nigeria, there are whispers that certain lands remain cursed, that those who defy the earth face sickness, rain, even madness. You may not see her, you may not believe, but Allah's presence, like the soil beneath your feet, is constant. Every storm that floods the village, every drought that cracks the earth, is not just a nation, it may be judgment. She is the final woman. Allah's justice is not bound by time. You have heard her name, you have seen her wrath, but now you must decide: do we honor the old laws, buried beneath concrete and steel, or keep walking blind deeper into judgment? Because legends, no matter how ancient, are never dead, they only sleep. This was the story of Allah, the earth goddess who never forgives. Subscribe to Folklore Frontier, where legends breathe and fear never sleeps.